Kathy Alvarez at Functional Pattern Seattle. For today's tutorial, I'll be demonstrating an exercise that is going to help you towards getting out of that rounded posture. It's not going to fix your problem completely, but it's going to help you awaken muscles in your mid-back. Now, if we look at the body, we have two big structures. We have the rib cage and we have the pelvis. And a very common deficiency in a lot of people or dysfunction is an anterior pelvic shift of the pelvis. That's when the pelvis comes forward. Now, if you look at the upper body can't just fall back. It usually is going to compensate by rounding forward in this fashion. Now, obviously, I'm exaggerating this, but you might have it to a less degree. But we're going to see that these muscles right here in the back are going to become elongated and weak. And we're going to see that the muscles right here in the front that are pulling on your rib cage downward are going to be overactive. Now, this will be the time, if you've never tried myofascial release, to maybe go back to the FP videos. We have releases on how to release the upper abdominals and other muscles to being able to open your ribs better. With this exercise here, we're going to be working on a row, working on the primary function of your lats, and activating or awakening those muscles in order to have a better upright posture. Let's get started. To begin the exercise, all you're going to be needing is a cable machine. Now, if you don't have one available, you could do this with the resistance band as well. So, the way we're going to do it, we're going to be standing, feet hips width apart. Most of my weight is going to be on the heel. Then from here, I'm going to move my pelvis back, opening up my ribs, all that good stuff that I talked about in this video before. From here, I'm going to extend. I'm going to create a straight line from my shoulder all the way down to my hand. Okay? From here, I'm going to be focusing on pulling with the scapula, your shoulder blade. Normally, when people do a row, they tend to muscle it like this with their shoulder. They're not getting enough activity in the lats, and they're applying too much pressure right here on the bicep or whether it be the shoulder. So very important that we open the ribs, that we make sure that we're pulling from back here and not muscling it with your shoulder, okay? So from here, I'm just gonna be retracting my shoulder blade back, all the way back, bringing my elbow right here to the midline of my body. I don't wanna go back here because then I start putting pressure on the shoulder or the biceps, okay? And then extending again. Okay, so pulling with that scapula, making sure that the shoulder is not internally rotating. You can look at yourself in the mirror to make sure that you're doing it right, and then letting it go, okay? A very basic exercise, yet a lot of people do it wrong, and they don't end up feeling much activity in their lats. But if you're doing it correctly, then you should begin to feel those muscles awake. Okay, we'll try the other side. Opening my ribs, pulling my navel in. From here, I'm going to be retracting my scapula and then bringing my elbow to the center of my body. You could even start messing around with rotation too as you're doing the row. So we're going to be rotating right here away from my arm, and then from there I'm going to be rotating towards it in this fashion. Okay, so now we're activating the lat with rotation, which is going to be important when it comes to walking or running. Okay, if you're finding yourself that your pelvis is coming forward, go ahead and move it back. Keep your weight on the heels. Don't lose those connections between your transverse abdominis and the rest of your upper body. Okay? All right, there you guys go. Basic exercise, but yet very effective to start waking those muscles. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. This is Kathy Alvarez at Functional Patterns, reminding you to train intentionally and not habitually.